Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, how are you in this fine day? Here we are in Outriders once again. The reason why is because, what do you call it? Okay. So I just, god damn it, went down the road. But, okay, I'm losing it. Also, I never noticed that he has little tiny weird little freaky eyes in the skull mask. That's kind of weird. Anyways, so we just got done making this build in Outriders. I finally got three bonuses essentially. So I finally can have access to actually, build this thing, which is nice. But come to find out that this thing it gets me like I can survive, but it's not like I'm killing it, But I am one armor piece away from getting this. This is the basically endgame meta of sorts, which is basically cold snap, blight turret, blighter rounds. But yeah, you just throw down cold snap, you blanket a huge area, and you knock everyone basically dead, which is pretty great. And that's what we're gonna be trying to do today as well. But yes, we'll see if we can actually make it happen. What is up, Eric? What is up, Lone Syndicate? Lone Syndicate, I'm curious about your weird comment about saying anime is awesome. Also, hiya. What anime made you just feel like, I gotta talk to someone about it? Because I want to be that person you talk to about it. How are you, Eric, by the way? How is your progress going? Is it you just sucking up all the juice from this event and just making like double 10xing your progression, hopefully? Can I join? Absolutely, Eric, you can join. Hopefully you can carry my ass. But yes, absolutely. What do you call? I'll show you guys my thing. If we go to friend, I'll generate your game code. There we go. Send me a request thingy. I feel like I got a scar on my throat, like a scratch almost, What is good, Carthage? My dude, I checked out that thing you were showing me, that book you were telling me about, the Lich one. It's a lot, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, it's kind of sick. But I don't understand what the previous one was. Like the other one, I think, what was it? It was like, it was right above the Lich one you were telling me about. I don't remember what that one was about. I just remember that I wanted to know more about that one for whatever reason. But yeah. Also, so like to me, is the premise of the book, I almost feel like, Carthage, you're better off explaining the Lich book in a way that's like, hey, this character, forget about the Lich King's background and just start with like, okay, now there's this weird dude in a needle who's like now leveling up this nice guy, whatever, right? It's also funny that the Lich King is like, the way you describe him makes him sound like he's just like, hey. Let's calm down. Like, I don't want to be a bad guy like other liches, all right? So I'm gonna try to be good. Grin, my party's closed. Oh shit. Oh, sorry. I'll just say open. There we go. That's not my bad. And now we'll generate a code again. You might have to type this in again. My bad. What is good, Second? I seen that Christmas, that commission, man. You got 2 commissions back to back. Oh boy. Artists ain't cheap. So that is hopefully a Christmas present of sorts to yourself. But it looked adorable, really cute. Carter says, if you say, oh baby, I mean you're really excited. If you say, oh boy, it means you're excited. If you say, oh man, it means you're not excited. Having been a baby, a boy, and a man. What? What? Thought I was gonna be like, oh, what? No, I'm still confused. Charlie says, I completely understand. The excitement really goes down from day one. What do you mean? What do you mean? Once you get that, psst, views in past broadcast, psst, guess what? You do best. Have a wonderful day. What? I'm lost. What did I say? Eric says, I got my Uncle Death pants from Hernia. Finally, it was these nice. That's the only one that you can buy, right? Or can you actually find those pants up top side? I think they're like segregated in that weird way. So you have to be grinding. You're logging in. Gotcha, Eric. Carthage says, The other one was that was the one that I was more interested in, because that one, it's cool. It's a cool premise where like our world right now can get like have some sort of like scientific breakthrough slash development of something that rewrites physics itself, which is the premise of this weird book that Carthage was telling me about. So this cataclysm happens. Of course, how does physics get altered? We get pushed back into a magical fantasy realm, because of course, baby. Just the fucking vicarious living through other people or whatever the kind of mental fishhole you want to kind of look at it from. But yes, that one to me would seem like the coolest. Although, I don't know, the whole premise of like a 60-year-old man getting, or 80-year-old man or something getting young again, I'm like, okay. And him having stealth abilities is kind of where I'm like, I don't know. The whole like stealth abilities kind of thing is just like, it's like an assassin type? Okay, you know? Let's think it says grin. It says party clothes. It's like they pop it in. Carter says he wasn't a king. He was just part of a group of immortals, and he doesn't want to be a stereotype dark magic user, which understandable have bad names. Yeah. It just seemed like it was like it's a cool trait. Like to me, there's that book, because you told me about it, like a story that's like about a person who has like a strapped in a sword, which to me seems kind of interesting, but it kind of, I feel like it could get lost in the translation in a way. But I feel like the premise of like a lich king, or not a king, sorry, a lich. I have a tendency to want to say lich king because it just feels like it's what it's called. But what do you call it? The idea that there's this lich that's trapped into a pin, and then now is like inside of this boy's body, but also because he goes back and like sees all the memories of the kid, of the man, I guess, he ends up liking. He ends up being like, okay, this is a good guy, he's my bro. And like it seems like he looks out for him, which is just like a weird concept, but also makes sense. Like there's very few concepts that do the whole like, we're gonna merge together, but then they're kind of like, yeah, but we're starting here. And instead of it being like, well, wait, if you had the opportunity to understand what kind of shitty or amazing person you were dealing with, wouldn't you want to know that? But also, based on what Carthage is telling me, I feel like the guy might be like an undead. So like I could totally see there being like some goofy weirdness where like the Lich King knows all of the dude's secrets, and the dude not being okay with that, but the Lich King being like, I don't give a fuck about whatever you're feeling in terms of the embarrassment of this or that, etc. Eric says the zero was actually an O. Shake my head. Yeah, zeros. Yeah, I think the O's got a cross through them. Also, my cursor was hovering over it. Apologies. Oh, I think I can actually hit copy code, and I could just put it into the chat. Never mind, you're here. I'll still do that. But yeah, I could just copy the code. It would have been way easier. That's my bad. Big yikes. Lone Ticket says, I watched a pretty weird anime called Dog and Scissor, and it's about this dude who loves books, that dies, gets reincarnated as a dog. Then his favorite author adopts him. Then he comes to find out. You didn't finish? You didn't finish the thing? Weird. So wait, this is a book, or this is an anime, or this is a manga? I don't know what are we dealing with here. Also, we are doing tier 11 because your boy is trash. Okay, no good, very no good. We're doing tier 11. Also, I don't want to increase my pool of what do you call it, points in a bad way. Basically, if you like push past a certain tier, then you're screwed, and everything costs more in the store because it thinks that you're at the capable level to do that highest tier, which I'm not, by my lonesome at least. Well, actually this I am, but I don't want to push past that and then be stuck again, and then it being like underneath what I should be making essentially. Anyways. Segre says, Dog and Scissor is amazing. Weird. Dog and Scissors. Yeah, what's that? Seki's in, but it's an anime? So a dude gets reincarnated as a dog by an author that he enjoys. Weird. I don't know if it makes sense. So then is it just like a comedy? It has to be a comedy, right? Doesn't seem like there's much like power fantasy in this. Carly says, in the physics one, all our tech still exists. It just doesn't work anymore. All the houses and cars are still there. Just got fucked up by physics being rewritten. Yeah, like gas explosions and shit doesn't happen. That's one of the craziest things to me when I heard. I don't know, I heard on something, but it was like, what happens if you go to like another? I don't know what it was. It's like if it was a dimension or even just like a different solar system or something like that. Like outside of the Milky Way, what if things change? Like the laws of nature or physics are completely different, because that's like science is basically built on the idea that something, like if you do by doing something, you're accounting for something happening again in the same way almost, or something to that weird effect. But anyways, just the idea that you could get to a point where like you go to a place that doesn't follow any of those rules, like so you light a match and instead of a fire, like, you know, a bubble comes out or something. This is all kind of science fiction weirdness and it's just speculative craziness, but even still, or it's not even just to say like physics may be almost impossible to rock given your understanding of it, which of course me being a dum-dum don't understand all of it. But what do you call it, just the idea that something like that could happen, where like something that you so intimately think you understand could just be shattered is kind of wild and a little terrifying. Lone Skin says, yeah, it's a slice of life kind of show. Gotcha. Also, Eric says, I haven't played in a week or so. I don't have gear and my I don't have my gear right, but I'll be strong. Hopefully, yeah, you know, you should be good. You should be way good compared to me. I'm sitting here just barely making it work, essentially. Cold snap ya, it didn't work because too many elements applied maybe. Ooh, I didn't do the things correctly. I need to shoot some other things before we get to the end of our magazine. Oh god, tiny thing. Good. Ooh, I'm getting real dinged up. What's wrecking me so much? What the heck? What is that? What was just like tearing into me? Usually there's like projectiles or something. Oh, it might have been that thing behind me. Oh, I don't have my fucking rounds going. That's what's happened. I was like, why am I not doing any damage? It doesn't make any sense. It's because of that. Also, where are you? Not you. Stop it. Stop it. There, that's the thing that I think was lighting me up. I think they have like a poison effect that can wreck you. Easy peasy. Carthage says, Lich Guy does absolutely, Lich Guy does absolutely know literally everything about the apprentice whose body he took. Main character is actually a very reasonable person and tries to talk things out before getting. Ooh, nice. Yeah, man. To me, like, because some of the books you read, you tell me about Carthage are like undoubtedly incredibly interesting, but I don't know if they like. If you put them through the lens of like an anime or like a movie or like a TV series, if they would actually like, if they'd be able to like harness the weirdness of just the mind's ability to accept crazy. But also I didn't really. Yep, give me a minute. But yeah, but what do you call it? This one to me seems like it would make a better fit for like an actual anime. This crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm into it. Basically, I'm into it. God damn it, my bullets. You know you want to drop. Oh, someone took that kill. Yikes, big yikes. We'll do a cold snap. Also, Sexy says, I'm on my last few days of school. I haven't been here, but winter break is almost. I'm about to say, Sexy, you take care of fucking school. That shit is hectic as hell. Especially your instance of school is like, dude, you're fucking popping off in a whole other kind of way. So take your time. We do miss you, and we do cherish you here. But ultimately, again, make sure you're okay, because yes, your future and outcome for what you're planning on aiming to be in sector is all the more valuable with the days to come and years to come. Frankly, dude, this whole other weirdness, oh, fucking no good. No good. Give me a sec. We're gonna be fine, guys. We're gonna be totally good. Sorry, just the fact that, dude, I was real fucking peeved at when we seen that Canada was shit in the bed where like we got the new virus, and then what do you call it? We were one of the few people in the fucking world who had it. And I was like, come on, Canada, what's happening? What are we doing? And then like a day later, it was like, no, it's found everywhere. And I was like, whew. But also, ew. like relief. It wasn't just us being negligent or something. But also, yeah, it's yeah. At least it's not just us. Also, I'll go help Eternal, aka Chris. No, Eric. I always want to call you Chris. I don't know why, Eric. I think it's because I used to know someone who had a similar profile pic as you, who was named Chris. So I got that name instilled in my mind. Forgive me. We'll do one of these. Get him to knock it off. There we go. Easy peasy. But yeah, no, what do you call it? Just the idea, like, on the terms of Carthage's weird lich book. But that just sounds awesome to me. Like, the idea of, like, having this, like super, super neutral, but also reasonable person that's... the thing is, Carthage, is he tough? Like, is he, like, an OP kind of, like, thing in this world? Or no, he's just kind of like a weird voice of reason in this crazy kid's mind. Or apprentice's mind. It'd be cool if that was, like... what do you call it? The apprentice literally got trained by this needle man, this needle lich. What's good, Gossip? Gossip says, wow, is this like floor 240 of Let It Die? Yes, it just becomes a much more fast-paced shooter. You love to see it. It's where the game really starts coming undone. Yeah, you gotta dedicate like, what is it, 1,000 hours plus just to climbing this high. Instead of 200 floor, this is the 2000th floor actually. And they're like, finally, here's this untapped bit of gameplay that no one else really got to experience. Wouldn't that be just madness if there was a video game where there was like, it literally, if you pushed deep enough, became an entirely different like type of game? Like if you got to the 2000th floor, honestly, I feel like that's the insanity of gung-ho, which is madness, which is to say, like, what if we make content for 2% of the player base and most people will never see this ever? And they're like, yeah, let's do that. And they're like, they're, what do you call it, their funders or like supporters are just sweating beads off their face. Like, oh my god, please God, no. Segi says, and I will almost be part of the PC gang. What? Oh my god, no, Sek. You getting a PC? You finally gonna play, what do you call it, Genshin in like all of its glory? Also, you can, what do you call it, cross-play that shit too, so you can rock both. That is awesome. Did you get a laptop? You getting an actual tower PC? Because that's the PC Master Race over 1,000 kind of shit. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the both of us. Kill you real quick. Are there bigger enemies? I just need to use Cold Snap. Oh, I killed you before I burned my mag, you bastard. Okay, that's all I can give in terms of magazine size. Oh, I gave too much. I gave too much. Come on, turret. Keep me alive with the skill life leech. I only have 2 like points of skill life leech. aka not very much. Very bad, very not good. Very worried also. It is nice not having to worry about having to reload though. No, it's just a laptop. Okay, it's still good. It's still good. Although, I mean... Yeah, no, I get it. Again, especially with like, again, imagine like one of the biggest things that's nice about that is like you're taking probably a monstrous amount of notes. All it takes is 3 hits and I'm eviscerated. Great. Great. But yeah, what do you call it? You know, I can totally see taking notes and whatnot and having like everything at your disposal being pretty damn handy. Are you a Mac person or not? You get an actual like PC, or sorry, laptop that has like a fan in it that goes like as soon as you start kicking that thing up. I feel like that might be the case. Okay, gotta kill someone else. Oh, I don't have my thing equipped. I was like, why am I not doing as much damage as I should? Very nice. Now we got this. Guys, this game is quite fun just to grind and shoot the shit with. No. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, second says no laptop. Hell yes! It's a tower? Hell yes! The power! Also, hopefully upgradability. That is amazing to hear, Secondly. That is the way. Cause yeah, you already got a laptop, right? Yeah. And I imagine it gets the job done more or less as well. So that is it. I love it. I love it. It sounds amazing. Oh shit. Cold snap, please. What? Yeah. What was hitting me? Was I poisoned? I'm very lost on the damage that I'm taking sporadically. I guess it's like I get poisoned. Either that or someone's, I'm not sure. I was about to say, maybe Eternal is hitting me with his power somehow, but I think he's also keeping me alive, which is fair. Anyways, this. There we go. Throw blinded turret and run the fuck away. Oh my goodness, not again! Don't die, not again! Oh, everyone got fucking blitzkrieged. Holy shit. This, quickly, one of these. Stop it. Why didn't that freeze? Why didn't that freeze you? You were literally in the whole radius. I don't get it. Shit's brutal. This, activate plate of rounds, please. We should really just stay with Eternal here. He's got like the cool bubble shield that's hella powerful. Also, yeah, if you just built like a ton of, what is it called? A ton of a cooldown, you could just cast a share of that, right? You'd be like unkillable. That sounds legit. Come on. Thank you. Well, if I just get one critical shot, it's pretty huge. But otherwise, ugh. Topic says, then it turns into like Mr. Pac-Man. Yeah. Just a whole other thing. You're like, why? Like this one, maybe I get, like, yeah, but Pac-Man, I don't know. But also, wasn't that like the premise of Trev Strikes Again? Or Travis Strikes Again, whatever the one was? Like the No More Heroes guy, where it was just a bunch of series of weird mini games. Also, did anybody play No More Heroes? Was it amazing? Or was it kind of like a, well, I don't know, because it looked like a game that like was quite, I don't know how to put it, like a game that was old and like was unapologetically old. Like it looked very aged, you know what I mean? It looked like a PS2 game, but I wonder if the gameplay was like iterative or like incredible somehow, you know? They found a way to gamify it and been like, okay, it looks like a toaster was running on this thing, but it's fun. And I don't know, I never got the chance to play. God damn, those Cynic is pumping out a lot of damage. God damn you. Stop it. Stop hurting me. Blighted turret. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Kill you real quick. There's a weird like going in between enemies because of the way I want to regenerate my magazine, you know? Ooh, oh, what do you call it? I finally made, okay, so here's my predicament, guys. I want to talk to you about this. Okay, so I made, per one of y'all's suggestions, I made a, Grins, because I constantly talk to you about anime. I'm like, this is what I like, I'm watching this right now. So I made, as cringy as it is, my top 10 anime recommendations, which is not cringy. Some people have channels that get like billions of views on this idea. The thing is I tried to like say like, again, it's my personal top 5, you know what I mean? So a part of me is like Overlord's on there, Shield Hero's on there, Reincarnate's a Slime, which are like very mainstream kind of like beloved-ish shows, you know? So I'm worried people are gonna be like, wow, way to get creative, but it's like, well, how can I help that I enjoy most things, you know? I don't know. I did have a couple niche ones in there, but yes. Oh god, I need to kill anything. Just kill anything real quick. Jesus Christ. There we go. Where's Cold Snap? As long as I shoot something, we should be pretty okay. Keep tipping, just shredding away. I'll use my magazine heal for this one. We did it. Go team. Also, ow. Also, Eternal fucking saving my ass, keeping me in the stasis realm. Love it. But yes. But what do you call it? In that video, I do want to know what your guys' like top 10 is. But it's also kind of, I don't know. I say top 3, and then there's just like 10 that I think are excessively amazing. You know. Oh, I didn't put Dimache in there. Fuck. That's a, I have to make an editor's note, because that's up there. That beats some of the ones that I really enjoy. Yeah. Damn it. I didn't even think about that. It's crazy how you're like, oh no, that one's like top 5. You know what I mean? Yikes. Shit. Shit. Anywho, weeb trash aside. Oh, you know what's great, but also not that great? I can go for my booster before most people can, which is, you know, maybe a little fucked up. But the reason why I can is because I'm Native American, and apparently the Delta or whatever variant's kicking everyone's asses who are Native Americans. So, go team. But, you know, a little positive and negative. Also, Carthage says, my laptop is being super fucky with the internet connection. Yikes. Oh, I missed a secret room? Oh, I didn't know. Oh, and that's how you get the blood weapons, right? Like the meat weapons? Shit, sorry. Yeah, Erica, man. Feels bad. I know I seen a video about that. Dang it. Well, whatever. It's unfortunate, but anyway. Should do some. Boom. Lone Syndicate says, also, grin, referring to that try not to grin, are those people out of your house? Yes. Yes, they are. Weird name, but I thought, why not try to freak out my audience? Yes, they were putting in a counter and whatnot, so I was like, well, I don't feel comfortable talking, you know? I don't know, man. There was a time when I had to, like weirdly like perform, and like I'm a very like chill person in a general, so like it takes a lot for me to be like, here we go. You know, so which is like literally like here, it's not like a fucking whoosh, like some people are gunning it, you know. But there was one time when I had to like flip on the switch to like talk to a camera essentially in front of my parents, which were like alternative forces or other people who I just wasn't sure or never heard me talk that way. And they gave me compliments, like they're like, wow, you actually can like turn a switch and become this thing, and I'm like, thanks. but what do you call it? I don't know. There's some people like, I don't know. To me, whenever I see like vloggers, even when I was a kid, when I was watching like Tobuscus or some shit way back in the day, do his weird vlogs, I was always just like, it's kind of hard to watch sometimes. Like if I seen a dude just yelling at his camera, like saying da da do do do, all these things. It'd be hard. It'd be hard to like manage to not be like, what the hell? What the hell is that guy's problem? Also, for him to be like that energetic all the time, you're like, what the fuck? That's incredible. And then years later, you find out that he was really into coke, and you're like, holy shit. I mean, like, it doesn't take away from the fact that he entertained a good bit of childish people, including myself, but still makes sense. Adds up, you know. Lone Syndicate says, I can't wait to see the video. Oh, the top 10 anime. What do you think, Lone Syndicate, is my top 3? I think I might have told you what my number 1 was on occasion. Maybe not you. Well, no, it's probably you in passing. Yeah. Now, whether you should remember it is the whole other thing. Where, like, you should not remember it. It was a passing comment that I said. Of course, you can't reply right now because we're in game. I totally get it. So don't worry about it. I don't know I think the only person here that I think might know is maybe Carthage or Fluff. Just because I've said it again and they've been here for far too much time. Although I hope at this point they start tuning me out. So they don't, yeah. So everything just becomes like, okay, whatever, I don't know. Lonsky says, I was trying to watch anime today in sub, and my subtitles wasn't working, so I couldn't enjoy it. Another reason subs suck. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's like, again, like when you, like if you have subs, you're good. If you have a dub, you're always kind of good, you know. Although I guess there's the argument, but like subs come first, you know. But maybe not. Maybe there's a future where copyright gets weird and that happens. I don't know. Hopefully not, since it's horrible. It's like a horrible thing. sorry, but by the way, in Outriders, I finally found out how the hell you, like, why the tricksters, like the end tier trickster build that I've seen, there's only really one. And the reason why it is the way it is, it's a cold snap, which Nub was trying to tell me about, and I was just being a dickhead and being like, well, I want to use turrets though, which I do, but you just can't fucking do any damage. So essentially, there's a legendary armor set in the game that makes it so that it increases like everything cold damage, and it makes it so like cold snap has stupid radius and just overwhelmingly good. But one of the problems I'm having right now is to try to keep high damage and tankiness and survivability. I just don't have enough resources to kind of make all those things happen, unfortunately. But there is a build where essentially if you found out a way to circumnavigate people shooting you, like freezing them for such a long time to where they can't shoot you, then that would be a way for you to build. You could build like all into damage and status power, and that would functionally increase your tankiness, aka just make it so that enemies don't shoot at you anymore. And that could kind of keep you alive in this crazy endgame, you know? But it's like that's how you have to do it, but I still could see there being like an instance where you maybe mess up your placement of your freeze and then you just get killed from across the map and such, you know? Totally could see that happening. Heal! There's pretty fast heal in this game. That's pretty chill. Again, I do think this game is like optimized to play in co-op in a weird way, because they do just throw a shit ton of enemies at you. And all the videos I see of people like killing Endgame by themselves is like, it's a little far-fetched. like they clearly have all of the gear ever, you know, and they have so much firepower, or they just got like one lucky mod. Because that's also the other thing in this game is if you just get one good mod, you're like, okay, we're cooking, baby. Now we're doing it. We're living our best life. I need to kill one tiny thing. Oh, what's good, Big Stone? Big Stone says, ain't this game dead? It was, and then it got a big old update where it took off the expedition timer. So you basically can just play forever. Or you can also build however you kind of want to build, kind of, sort of. But you basically just don't have to worry about like not getting the highest possible loot if you're not fully decked out in damage. So now it's just a lot more chill. It's kind of like a Destiny grind. Although I will say, depending on the class you play, it does become like more hectic. Like you need to play harder almost. So if you're looking to play a game that's hella chill, it still isn't it. You know, it's still quite chaotic and insane. But I hope you're having a lovely day, Big. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know, yeah, maybe you're like, this game, not for me, weird. I played it once, got it, played a little bit, and it was done. And that's totally fine. I thought it would reach through the wall, it did not. Come on, good job. I need to kill one thing. Oh, Carthage, I just got back and I heard my name. You talking shit again? No, I said Lone Syndicate. I asked Lone Syndicate the question, but he can't answer right now. Of what do you call? What do you guys? Because I made this video about like my recommendations for the beginner anime heathen, and I wanted to give that video to you guys. But then Lone Syndicate was saying he was excited for it, so then I wanted to ask Lone Syndicate what he thinks my favorite top 3 favorite anime shows of all time is. But he can't answer right now, and I was like, I don't even know if Lone Syndicate would know that, frankly. But I said, I think Carthage or Fluff might be the only people that might actually know. But at this point, I kind of hope they don't, because I hope you guys at some point start tuning me out. Because, yeah, otherwise there's a lot of useless information y'all are accruing. Ooh, 9 bullets. I need to pop one tiny thing. Fluff says, don't know, looks like I still have a pulse. A pulse to me. Don't know. Oh, I see you saying. I gotcha. Gotcha. What's good, Red? Sorry, but I didn't see you pop in. How are you? Oh, what do you call it, Red? By the way, I checked out that thing you were telling us at the end of the stream. It was badass, man. Sorry, what do you call it? If those guys do not know, last couple of streams we were talking about Genshin and like I don't know what it was. Something about like Honkai being god tier. But anyways, I seen some gameplay of Honkai Impact of like their character design, and oh my god, dude, we're getting disserviced by Genshin. Their character design looks crazy. Oh my god, not like this. Quickly, cold snap. Do your thing. I think I have a lot of status power, so it's just not freezing them really well, fortunately. What? What's this? Heritures? What's that? Carter says, I know the D Mache is high on your list. Not entirely sure whether Demon School is probably on top 3. You correct on what? Yeah, that's true. Carthage got one. Well, I have a stroke. Yes. Welcome to Demon School is my second. I don't think I've talked about how much I actually care about my third. I think my first one I think I've told you guys about, but it's been a while. So I can understand if you guys were like, well, I don't know, Grin, I don't know. Stop, leave me alone. Okay, shit. Yeah, Fluff's got it in the bag. Fluff's got my number 1 down pat. My number 1 is Blood Blockade Battlefront, my favorite show. And Welcome to Demon School is my second, which is honestly, dude, at this point, Welcome to Demon School Irmika is slowly like inching its way to eat the other one, because at this point, like, Welcome to Demon School Irmika just has so much goddamn seasons to where I'm just like, fuck, you know? Yeah, I don't think you guys would know the third. I haven't talked about it a lot. And it's also kind of out of left field. It doesn't really it doesn't have anything connected to the others. I will give you a hint. There is a yellow man thing. This. And that's not a racist thing, by the way. Just to throw that out there, it was not one of those. Stop it. Cold snap. Foosh. What the fuck? Why does that sometimes work and then it doesn't? It's real annoying. It's because the blighted turret is just weakening a bunch of enemies? I don't know. It seems shitty. It seems really shitty. Stop hitting me so much. It's not Evangelion, is it? No. Hell no. I've never watched that show, although I hear it's great. I have not watched it though. Apparently it's the best. Although I don't know. I just seen like a very thin boy who looked like he was bitching a lot, and I was like, okay. As much as I'm sure this is really cool, I don't know if it's my kind of thing because of the, just that. It's funny because I watch other shows that have that as a pretext, and I've managed. So yeah, but it's also because it's kind of a little bit old. Red says, that's the kind of character I linked you in the... Oh, that's the person? Okay, yeah. I thought you linked me a bunch. Actually, no, yeah, you linked me... Or is that her in a different variant? Because you linked me 2, I think, and I seen the 1, but maybe they're the same person. Stop hitting me so much. Oh, I don't want... Why don't you get... Is it because you're... I think I gotta pace out my ice. Fluff says, I'd figure Vampire plus Rosary... or is it Rosary plus Vampire? But always saying it the wrong. Del Works a part-timer would be in your top. Those are great. Those are real good ones. See, the thing with those ones that are rough for me, man, is it's just like to me, Reincarnated Slime, Overlord, and whatnot. They're just so good. You know what I mean? If I think Vampire plus Rosary and Soul Eater. To me, those would be ones that were got me into the whole space. So I care about them a lot. I don't know if they're because I don't know, when it comes to your top 5, you want it to be best of the best kind of thing, even though some of them might very well be the best of the best for you and your likes and dislikes, Is there a tiny enemy? Oh, come on, I hit that thing. We're gonna do one of these. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Ow. Throw down this so we get some health steal. Stop charging me, you bitch. Turret, keep going. We'll run over here. We'll do one of these. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. If I could just have my rounds, we'd start doing damage. Stop it! Chill out! Again, blighted turds keeping my dumbass alive. Even you're taking a damned eternity to kill. What the fuck? Why? Why are you so goddamn tanky? There we go. One dead. Oh, big yikes. Big yikes. Y'all in a real grimace situation. Do one of these. This is where Trickster tank build comes a little in handy. Just a little bit. We'll do this. We'll do this. There we go. He did. Oh! What are these? Okay, I need to come and kill some tiny thing. You are not a tiny thing. Sorry. I know, rude, but still. Stop it! Cold! Alright, we'll just have to see if we can get... Oh, we get to kill him. Good, good. There we go. Other one. Just chilling over there. I think he's stuck. Actually, I don't know what's happening with him. Easy! What is good, Beastie? Beastie popping in saying, you beautiful bastards. Hitting us with some clean, crisp ASMR. Not for me, but I'll allow it because Beastie's Beastie. People who say Evangelion is in their top 3 favorite anime are either snobs or pretending to be smarter than everyone. It's good anime, but it's not top 3 worthy. I've watched it. But I would agree. I also think that there's like, what is the one that's also people like say it's the best? Eat me. You're just stupid. You're just like ignorant on what's good. I don't know what. I feel like there's one that people always say that I just can't think of. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I feel like there's more of them, but Evangelion is definitely one of them. Again, I haven't watched it, so maybe people are correct. But also, let's calm down, you know, let's relax, all right? Also, I've not seen a legendary in an eternity, dude. It feels bad. Garth says, I know 2 anime that definitely aren't on your list. Darker Than Black and Bleach. I haven't watched Darker Than Black. I feel like that's one of those shows where I feel like if I would have went is something. Oh, you guys just breaking down loot. Okay. But what do you call it? Darker Than Black is one of those shows that that to me, like, I feel like I got corrupted because I used to watch a dude. He used to like kind of like review anime, but he was such a dickhead. But he was like the only anime talker on YouTube. And I remember like he just lost me because he used to always say that like shows that have any sort of like fan service just destroys any other thing that they do. And to me, I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? If a show is fun and entertaining, then it's still fun and entertaining. Or if it has cool concept, it still has cool concept. Just because you have one thing doesn't mean it destroys the idea of everything else, you know? But anyways, yeah, what do you call it? He one of his favorites was that Darker Than Black show, and I remember just watching it like, this seems like some pretentious ass shit because he ruined it for me. I almost thought he made it. It was not fair for the anime. Yeah, Red says each Harbinger is basically the strongest form of each other. Thunder being the coolest and most fun. Interesting. Okay, and both of the stories. Arch actually made me tear. Okay, yeah. So Honkai has some pretty good story too, huh? To me, Honkai looks really interesting, but it's the gameplay that seems a little like it may not get me. You know, looks a little bit like, all right, you know, a little bit relaxation. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'm being judgy, but it just seems like it doesn't have like the Genshin fast-paced combat situation, although it very well might. But yeah. I know the new Honkai-ish like game is, to me it looks weird, but not bad, but just a little odd. Also, I just want to get Cold Snap. That was one thing I'm looking at now. Because I think I've gotten as far as I can with Double Turret, or Cold Snap Turret, whatever weird build I got going on. Turret things, Shrapnel, or Scrapnel. Tools of destruction, blighter rounds, tools. That's what we're keeping. What about a good one? Ooh! When frozen by a skilled enemy, the armor is reduced by 100% for a duration of the stats. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Given you can keep them frozen for a long time, I feel. Fixed with hit regeneration, blighted rounds. We'll kill that one too. This is, by the way, I do feel like this, if there's one giant issue still in Outriders, it's kind of this, I think, where like 90% of the time I feel like I'm looking at my loot and I'm not getting my loot, you know? Where you're sitting there and you're like, what, is this a good? Shit. But again, that is also the best part of Outriders, where everything has potential, essentially, so you gotta kind of try to weigh the odds of everything. But anyway, sorry, let's continue. Don't mean to be dragging ass. Is it this one? I don't remember doing that one too much. What is this? Melted something? Melted depths? We could try this one. I don't remember what this one is. BC says, I shall return to my story. Okay, what do you mean? Lunzigan says, grin. Top 3 anime is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Welcome to Demon School. Rosario plus Vampire. Date to Live. Those were the ones I heard you talk about the most. No, none of those. Oh, well, it's a couple of those. So my top 3 right now are Blood Blockade front being the Blood Blockade Battlefront, which is my favorite ones. Favorite one of all time, just because of the atmosphere and the characters and etc. The second one is Welcome Demon School Irmika, just because it's crazy wellspring of cool ideas and weird ideas, and I like weird. And the third one is one that I don't think I've talked about much, but it's Assassination Classroom. Just because, but also that one's pretty close to my heart because of my situation with school and how I kind of just was shit on by the school system, but then saved by teachers and their special attention to help me and understand and learn, essentially. So that show to me just has a real nice part, like a nice place in my heart, essentially. But also, it's one of the few shows that, oh man, I don't know, it like how do I put it? Like I'm not a person who enjoys despair. Like if the whole point of the show is because it's like that it's sad and a nightmare and depressing, I'm not game. But what do you call it? But if it's like, this was the one show that changed my mind of like, wait, if this is done correctly, it actually can work. And that show to me was, its ending was like, had me in tears, but also I was like, it's still an amazing show. Like just because it had an ending that it didn't make it so it wasn't incredibly enjoyable. BC says, I never finished Assassination Classroom. I understand why you didn't. It kind of gets to the point where like you're basically seeing things just play out almost in a really weird way. Where like, oh, here's another like, you know, friendly neighborhood tip by your good old teacher. But it is one of the shows that I think has unarguably, in my opinion, and I've watched a lot of shows, I think it has the best character development in any show ever. Which is why I rate it so high. But I will say that I understand the fatigue of like because the reason why it has the best character development is because it takes the time to literally like give attention to each one of the weird special quirks and problems of each character. But I can promise you, Beastie, if you go back and watch it, it's one of those shows where when you finally get to the end, you're like, holy fuck, I intimately know all of these characters and I care about them and I think they're wonderful, and I also, man, do I ever appreciate this, and oh my god, if only I would have had this in my life at the time and place in this weird just story and world, would maybe a lot of my scenarios would have been potentially different. And also you can just apply them now as you're an adult or whenever. They're still just as helpful and meaningful, at least to me. But then again, the whole, you know, from my perspective it was magical, and for others maybe not, but that's why it's my list, you know? The thing not dead? Oh, it's creeping through the walls. BC says, I don't have a favorite, but I know Darling in Frank's is up there. Beastie, you have no idea, Beastie. I was so excited to watch that show. I was like, oh, hot damn, look at this. So good. Looks like it's just cute. It looks also badass. It looks like it's visually stunning. And then y'all know me, I watch Anvas to get some music, and golly, was it a nightmare, man. I was like, again, I was sold, and then I seen like flashing images with badass rock and roll music and sad music in the background of what the fuck the show turns out to be and the ending around it. And I was just like, this show is depression. This show is gonna try to, push me into a false sense of security, make me fall in love with these characters, and then rip them from me like I'm just some asshole. Okay? Not today, bitch. I'll do it at some point, but no. You will not have my tears today. I'm in no mood. Okay? So yes, I want to watch that show so badly, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not really in the right state of mind, you know? I don't want to feel right now. Stop it. Ooh, my melee kicks my fucking ass. Just die already, shit. What are you trying to prove? God damn you. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to keep my thing anyway. Shit, my round. Cold snap. Cold snap again. Blinded turret for debuffs. Cold snap a second time. I don't know if that worked. I don't know. Fluff says the one major difference in Honkai is an open world game. The combat gets priority since you're essentially just fighting in spiral system area for most part. Yeah, no, that part seemed interesting to me. So maybe again Honkai is good, but it's not that it's bad. It's just that I don't know. When I seen gameplay of it, it looked a little like I don't know. It looked like kind of like there was like, because it's mobile, they can't like utilize a bunch of button prompts, but you basically have to utilize team composition essentially, kind of like Genshin, except it seemed like, I don't know, just when I seen gameplay, it looked like it was a little jarring, like it was a little hard to kind of flow, whereas in Genshin it's like queue up this ability, queue up that ability, now just chew through something with your DPS. Maybe Honkai is the same thing, but yeah. But although apparently Honkai though has consistent updates and such like that, so maybe maybe I should give it a try, but I don't know. Part of me is a little like, I'm not sure. Will it be as fun? Maybe. Genshin is better game overall, but Honkai has better story, characters, and character design. Okay, yeah. I agree with you with character design. I think it's pretty magical, the character design. I feel like sometimes when an enemy is staggered, they don't take damage because like I'm shooting the shit out of someone, and they're like getting concussed back. But the game's like, are they? Are they really? I missed. I entirely missed. I feel like maybe double turrets would be the way here. Like Cold Snap might be great, but right now, maybe not the play. Just because I can't really, like, it's only there in case I'm about to die, you know? Whereas the turrets would keep people, I think, perma-freezed and also healed, potentially. Well, maybe not healed, but yeah, perma-freeze and constant damage output. Let's try that. In the middle of combat, we're just chilling, okay? It's all gonna work out, okay. Phew. Throw. Throw. Beastie says, so very depressing. What do you mean? Oh, no. Like, that's the thing. When you finish Assassination Classroom, at least for me, I felt pretty happy because it's like a hopeful message. But yeah, if you watch the first episode, yeah. But it doesn't, like, it's one of the few times where like something is executed to me, like something that is otherwise somber is executed in a way that is, it devours the somberness with hopefulness. For the future and all of the meaning of this person almost, you know? It's kind of like if you ever were to see like a funeral, it's sad. But if you were part of the journey to see the might and the wonder and the beauty of this person that lived their life in this wonderful way, it almost I don't know, it almost makes their life so much more wonderful, you know? Because like with the short time that they had, they made such a massive change, you know? I don't know, to me there's something that's not sad about that. Maybe there's something sad about the idea that like, well, theoretically they could have done more, but I don't know, I didn't really get that feeling. Maybe it's just because the person touched and impacted so many people in that show. And yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's one of those shows, but also I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, I mentioned a lot that I'm like, shit. Like Dimache, should have put in there. I completely forgot about that one. I definitely should. I'm gonna make an editor's note where I'm like, hey, by the way, this one's in there somewhere. You know. I'm not sure which one it would replace though. Because again, like I said, like my top three are my top three, which I gave a lot of thought to. Of like, how much do I really care about all these ones, and why do I like them so much? You know. Whereas the 10, like the other 8 or whatever, or 7. I'm like, all right, they're fun. they're like very good shows. They're like, I think you would get a kick out of watching them, you know. But that also goes for Dimache. I think that's the same way. But then also, I feel like people are gonna be like that's the thing. I feel like it's a trap because there's so many shows that are like just enjoyable and good to watch, and people are gonna be like, why didn't you? I think this one's better than that one, and it's like I think they're all great and worth your time, you know. So it's a little bit of a hard video to make, a little bit of a trap. Honkai had a Steam release recently. Not a bad time to try it out if you never have. Yeah, we might do that. I forgot to make that list though of us. Like we got Wolframe on the chopping block. We got that one weird game that was what was it? It was like some sort of weird. I don't know what it was. Oh fuck! It was like some sort of. Was it like a Minecraft-ish game or was it like a? I don't know what. Oh, it was a magic-like game because we just played Into the Pits, and you guys were like, "They should play this game. This game is equally as weird and interesting." My like only talent is as a person right here is like a mass AOE killer kind of thing. Everything else pretty notoriously bad. My damage is fine unless I get a crit hit, then it's okay. But I can make everybody weakened, take more damage and all those things. And my build right now is weirdly making me tanky, so I'm able to kind of tank and be a little okay. Oh no, stop it. Stop. Continue to freeze lock, please, for love of God. There we go. It definitely should have stuck with the turret build. Feels like a little bit more consistent, especially with the freezing people. Because cold snap, you need a lot of status in order for it to be them to be stuck almost. Where are you? Okay, I need to kill something now. I'll do this. Oh, dead. Okay, where is it? Wait. Got it. Oh man, you just lose so much ammunition so fast. Hurry up and die. There we go. He's dead. Kill that one. What if you killed the boss and then that thing's just chilling and you're like, and they just one-shots you? Wouldn't that be just the worst? BC says, if I get Outriders again on PS5, you guys want to play with me? I would love to, Beastie, but I'm curious because I don't know, man. Because like I do want to play with you, like whether it be Warframe, whether it be whatever we want to play together. But the thing with me a little bit is that I'm kind of stuck in this place where I'm like, the Outrider videos aren't doing really well. And I don't really know what like, I'm not really finding that like carrot on the stick to like make videos. I'm having a fun time playing it with you guys, you know, like that's the joy of it. But at some point I'm probably gonna need to start focusing on games where we can like do a little bit of both, where we can like invest in videos that maybe people want to see and maybe have streams cater those videos potentially. But yeah, what do you call it? If it's about like re-downloading Outriders, and yeah, probably. I don't know, but to me, I'll feel bad if like if like I get caught up in making this Genshin video that takes like 2 or 3 days, and then the Genshin update happens, or a new game gets released, and I'm just enjoying that, and then you're sitting there on the sidelines downloading a game, and I'm the asshole who's like, yeah, you know. So if you want, but don't hate me if worst case scenario happens. BC says also Warframe having an event to get prime frames and weapons. Yeah, I think when does that event come to a close, Beastie? Fluff was telling me about that a while back. I just never really. I think I probably Fluff replied, and he got devoured by the chat many times. But yeah. But I wanted to do that before the event comes to an end, you know. So, but yeah. But also, man, getting back into Warframe would be a whole thing. Just because Warframe is one of those games where such an intrinsic part of that game is the movement, and it's so good. But it's also kind of like the first hour getting back into it, you're like, what the fuck is this? You're like, what is that? And then you kind of have like weird muscle memory, but then it also is like clunky. So you're like, oh god, what do I do again? You know, it's just that it feels bad sometimes going back into a game and being like, I was okay at this at some point, I think. I think. Also, do I happen to have enough points? Ooh, no, but close. We got 9. We need 9. I think 9,000 in order to reset the shop. At least I think it's an event. It's weird, but convenient. Yeah. I wanted to get Nidus Prime. That's my biggest, like, big pooba goal. Red says if we actually start Warframe for a community game, I'll download it again. Though I will have to nerf myself since I'll likely be one-shotting stuff at low level. Fucking Red, that's what I don't nerf yourself. You fucking hold that. You do that shit, man. That'd be amazing. Okay. Yeah. I feel like. Okay. Here's my weird timeline. My current goal in Outriders is I want to make a video where I can say that we've kind of, if not fully, gotten to Endgame. So I need to if I keep doing this like a little bit every night, grinding, and I get a couple legendaries, and I keep piecing this together, I can get to the point where hopefully I can make that video being like, okay, this is how you get to Endgame. Because I feel like there's no video out there really, at least not that I could find, that like paints a picture of like how do you get to Endgame. Because it does seem like it's a lot of like grinding, and is there anything that like how the way scaling works that makes it good, and all those things. Anyways, so I really want to do that. But what was I saying? So I think that's the goal. Is if I can just grind Outriders, which shouldn't take any more than maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks. I thought it was Jan 25th that it ends. Okay, so it's going on for a good bit then. Okay, the event goes until Jan 18th. Oh, okay, 18th. Gotcha. Okay. The event is for previous vaulted frame. Okay. What day is it today? December 2nd. Okay. Okay. It seems like it's good bit. It's good. Yeah. We probably want to get on top of that fat. Okay. Well, I may just grind Outriders on my time a little bit, and then we'll play Warframe on streams. When do you guys want to do that? Because tomorrow we have to fucking do Garu's quest, because I need the gameplay. I want to do that quest with you guys, just because he's going to be probably a person that we're going to see a lot of if I'm able to get him. In Genshin, and also I wanted I need the gameplay of his thing just to kind of incorporate into that video I want to make of Ido and Garu and how they're hopefully going to synergize, and just to gush about those characters. So that'll be what do we try to do. But also, what do you call it, Red? I think in order for us to play together, unless you have it on PC, will be to play crossplay, which will be happening I think later this year, or early 2020 I thought it was, or 2022 I think. Yeah, 2022. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to wait to get around to doing that. But in the meantime, you can get ready, get ready for me to get into that backpack and be carried. All right. Although my Octavia is okay, not great, but okay. Can survive most things in the way just because she can reflect things back at other enemies. So that's the only way. But still, very chill frame, hard to die on, all that stuff. Although, man, playing Octavia and going to other Warframe, you're like, wow, they really made you kind of like nuts. They really like popped off in a really OP way here. Oh shit. Okay, come on, heal. I do have skill in weapon life leech, so if we could just get that going, that'd be great. God, Lilo and Cynic is chewing shit up. Also, I see Eternal fucking popping off, making things slow and shit. Amazing. Love the loot explosion in Borderlands games. Which, oh yeah, like the special events, you mean? Like where you can get like some weird chest to spawn behind you or something? Borderlands, man, it had a lot of cool ideas. Again, man, Borderlands is one of those games where I love it so much, but I'm also like, Borderlands 3, man, it could have been better, you know. As much as I don't want to be that guy, it's just negative as shit. But at the same time, I'm like, come on, man. It could have been like a whole thing. But again, like the cool part it was like the Twitch integration of like cool weird things, you know. Oh, you got PC? Okay, Warframe on PC. I don't own my. Nice. Okay, so I'll work out. It'll all work out. Love to hear it. Cool. I don't know when should we do that? Because if we do Garu's quest on tomorrow, that's what we're mainly going to be doing, and then maybe Sunday for our play together stream, I'll re-download Warframe. We'll get into it for a little bit, see if I get the itch again, and I'm like, okay. I think I probably, even if I don't, it's just a fun game to play in the background. Honestly, I could play anything. I don't really care. As long as I can talk to you guys and shoot the shit, I'm pretty content, you know? Oh shit. Oh shit. I can just kill one, everything will start to fall because blood explosion. Or bone shrapnel is what I meant to say. Sorry. Fluff says rather the final week is Jan 15th, but it will end at the end of that week. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's like the final push. Makes sense. Red says, yeah, I enjoyed Borderlands 3 gameplay a lot, but damn, the story was cringe as fuck, and the ending pissed me off. Yeah, man, to me it was just like I don't know, there was so like, you know what's like a fun thought pattern to just go through? There was a thing where people were like really pissed that that Borderlands was becoming like, there was rumors at some point within Borderlands 3's cycle that there were going to be like a paid as a service. It was going to turn into like a Fortnite kind of model of game where they were going to start selling skins. And for whatever reason, man, like old Borderlands content creators were just fear mongering like crazy. And I'm not, as much as like I get that can be a bad case scenario. I don't know. To me, like you could, in the background of Borderlands, I think they didn't do it because they seemed like the community would be kind of upset by it. But I was just like, I don't know, man. For the people who want content delivered consistently, and if they're willing to pay like, if they were willing to take the skins, like, because Borderlands 2 always had skins. So I don't know. To me, I just think I remember hearing that about it, and I think when I think back about Borderlands 3, at least it's kind of update cycle. I feel like they could have maybe done more with the updates if they were allowed to market it essentially and make money, a good bit of money from it. But I feel like they kind of were stuck in this place where like their fans didn't want that. But I think that's bullshit. I think their fans would have been fine with like, okay, skins are expensive and now the game is a paid as a service, updated over a long period of time kind of game, rather than just being like DLC focused, you know. Which they kind of started to do at the beginning, but then they still never introduced skins or any sort of monetary value besides like season passes, which I love season passes, especially when it's worthy and you're not having to buy like a battle pass. Like that's nice, but at the same time they kind of still had like the model of battle passes in there, but without charging money for things. So it was like, it just seemed like a weird optic thing, like where I don't know how they were planning on making money from that, which I think they were intending to do that via skins and potentially like paid as a service models, kind of like maybe a battle pass every now and again. Or honestly, I just think it was skins. I think the main thing was skins that people were like, well, wait, no, you know. So I don't know, but also I think very much, I feel like Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep is going to be that in spades, where like I think that would be the problem, is that maybe people like don't expect that kind of thing from Borderlands. They have an expectation of how gameplay and like monetary pillars are placed. But I could totally see in the next Borderlands game, or sorry, in Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, they're like, it's not a Borderlands game, so you can't, like, this is a testing grounds for you to find out if you're gonna like this or not. But I don't know, to me, I would have appreciated having consistent content in Borderlands, because the gameplay, like Red was saying, and I think like a lot of people feel, the gameplay was the strongest part of Borderlands. The balancing was great, well, somewhat great. It's better than previous games where, you know, seemed like there was one class that dominated and every other class kind of just survived. But yeah, but I don't know. To me, I think Tiny. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of setting myself up to be disappointed by Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Like, you know what I mean? It may just be like, hey, here's just a quick cash grab with. Because that was one of the things that disappointed me, man, when I was learning about Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep, or Tiny Tina's Wonderland, whatever it's called. I was super excited for the idea of there being melee weapons in a Borderlands game, because that was something that they talked about forever ago. Randy Pitchford uploaded like a corrosive like different bandit faction like sword that had like a backpack and like a flame sword on it, and it had a Borderlands cell shaded design. So I was like, oh awesome, there's gonna be like Krieg like weapons in the game that have various different effects. But then in Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the one thing you find out to me is heartbreaking is that it's all like the melee's there, but you can just do like a quick attack. But the thing is, it's funny is that like you know that there's going to be like there's always been melee builds in Borderlands. It's just that they've always been really, really weird. Like, you know, I don't know. Like this is an opportunity for you to build a character like a Krieg, but have endless options to have like weapons that scale up your attack speed, that have weapons that make engaging with a certain enemy really fun because maybe they allow you to smash the ground or something. Like they have plenty of those opportunities, but it doesn't seem like they capitalize on any of them, which is sad to me a little bit, because again, that was the one thing I was super excited for when it comes to Borderlands or Tiny Tina's Assault on Wonderland. I should just say Wonderland. But that's what made me so excited. But then I come to find out that that's like the melee weapons are almost like a second thought, or they're just like they've always ever been, which is just a quick attack kind of ability. And I'm just like, what? And who knows? Maybe they're like trying to play it down because it's maybe less developed, and maybe they don't want to like, hey, there's a gun that can like shoot out a bunch of different rockets, and then there's just a blade that basically just has the same animation of you flipping it around, and they don't want to have unrealistic expectations. But I think totally they're gonna have that kind of idea of like a sword that can like a build, or sorry, that scales up your melee damage, and a person that's just gonna like basically there's just gonna be a build where someone just button mashes their melee button, like their melee button, and that's gonna be it. And it's just gonna look unsatisfying and like an undeveloped part of the game, you know? So it just makes me feel weird about the whole fact that they're like, this is a fantasy game in a D&D world, but melee weapon is still melee is still secondary. It just seems like, what the fuck, you know? And it's funny because like you'd say like don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but then there's Krieg, and you're like, it's very fun playing with a knife in a gunfight, especially if you can heal like a fucking psychotic monster. It's awesome, very satisfying, all that. Ooh, who is chewing up that boss? I guess Lone Syndicate. Gee Louise. Me and Eternal just trying to survive out here. Yeah, the difference between a critical shot is pretty huge. Stop hitting me. Stop it. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna start running away. Oh. Get some distance, shit my pants, cry, all that. I'll wait for the enemy to maybe get away from... Oh no, Lone Syndicate, it's back up, okay. This. Freeze him, please. Okay, what was that? Don't die, Eternal. Hold true! I think I could get instant revived, but I don't want to waste it until it's absolutely necessary. Thank you! You're too good for me! This ice turret, please! Lock him down! Nice! Without the terror ability, it's real rough out here. Eric says, like, Amaran BL3. What? What happened? What do you mean? Fluff says, I mean, Borderlands 3 is still going steadily along with the second year season content cycle. Yeah, you know, I did see that. That seemed interesting. So it's still cool that they're showing like consistent content. But my thing was that there was a rumor way back in the day when Borderlands was just kind of happening. Not happening, how do I put it? In Borderlands, it was like the first couple months of it where like finally we were starting to get into a drought, and there was rumors that Gearbox is going to release like a battle pass, like and also like skins and such like that. And people were like, I think the reason why people were so upset is because Borderlands came out and said like there's not going to be any sort of weird you know, transactionary stuff here. Like, you know, if you buy Borderlands 3, you're gonna have Borderlands 3. So the fact that they were planning on marketing it in this weird way was going to make it so that you know, people were like, people said like they were lying or something like that. But I don't know. To me, it was a weird idea, because it was like, I don't know, man. If the dip, like, all you, like, you still have the base game of Borderlands 3 and unfortunately the story, but you still like leave it for the economy to decide whether it's a good investment to make continual content over time for it, you know. Red says, I'd have rather low expectations for Tiny Tina game. Yeah, well, I'm hopeful. Again, regardless, it still looks like it's going to be a fun trip. And again, if it's an experience in the Borderlands community that centers around gameplay and kind of puts story a little bit off to the side, then I'm happy for that. And if we can get consistent content that like never stops, I'm pretty jazzed about that too. Fluff says, I'm optimistic because Randy has stepped down from the game dev side of Gearbox. Wonderland still looks like a fun spin-off that has taken elements from past ideas, both from Battleborn and Dragon's Keep. Yeah. That's true. I didn't even think about that. To me, Fluff, I really just hope it goes, like, I hope it's not just a spin-off. You know, I hope it's a spin-off that makes that makes its own thing. Like, again, if they do things right, man, I don't know. Like, to me, because I feel like, again, there's such a lack within gaming right now of like things to do and reasons to do them. And Borderlands has always been really good about reasons to do things. They make really cool legendaries. All of them are fun, and there's builds to make and class mods to have and funner ways to engage. And the story is weird, but still something to do. But I don't know about the, what do you call it? Yeah, like the things to do. Like, you'll kill a boss. Okay, go run through a giant level filled with enemies and kind of smaller bosses. And at the end, there's going to be a big boss, and then you'll get legendaries along the way and at the end. But like, that's kind of the whole premise, you know? Whereas if in Dragon's Keep, if they have the potential of like giving you a house, and you can like add some cool things to that house, and you can like literally pay a shit ton of gold for like an absolute banger house and add stupid shit to it and maybe even display weapons, then that's some sort of investment. But even I still feel like game designers get the wrong lesson in that, where they're like, oh, you want some way, like in Borderlands 3, they're like, oh, you want to like hang up your guns on a wall, right? And it's like, well, not if I never come back here. Like, if I never come back here, then what's the point of having like decorating this place? Like, there's no reason to come back here despite just to store my guns and etc, you know? To where if they have like, so, but yeah, I'm just hoping that in Tiny Tina's Assault Dragon's Keep, there's that like drip feed of content that feels fun to do, interesting to do, and yeah, just things like reasons to do things as well. Like, again, I feel like so many games mess up on like, there's always like things that we can crank out and do, I guess, but it sometimes feels like there's limited reason to do them, you know? Whereas why not just give them, like, you don't have to develop a lot to make a person feel like they're collecting things, or like their effort matters, you know? Like, again, like, what do you call it? I think it was Fable or some other game where they did all that. Just like made it so that you felt like Skyrim was also a great example of like, you could keep all these stupid little trinket artifacts and place them in your house if you wanted to, you know? Like three. Red says that does excite me actually. Randy stepping down, yeah. A lot of people don't like him that much. But I've been burned before simultaneously with Bungie leaving Activision, only to be worse. Yeah, man, that was one of those things where I was just like, I don't know, man. To me, Destiny 2. And like the thing that sucks is like Destiny 1 and 2 are still fun games. Like, you can have a good time, but it's like just the potential and like the lack of understanding of what it seems like the community kind of wants that feels, yeah, I don't know. I was in like when Destiny 2 came out, and again, like I talked to you guys about before, but like when it was just the same problems that they already learned like so long before. I don't know. It broke my heart a little bit, but I was just like, what the heck? Also, I want to high five you, but I don't know how to do it. I don't remember which one it is. Eternal, I'm sorry. The difference of an entire studio going independent versus a CEO stepping down from said role, yeah? The difference is that Bungie showed their true colors after self-published. Yeah. Well, man, I don't know, man. To me, like, again, it's funny because like the week that happened, people were like, "See, like everything's is getting better. Like now, Tess Everest can be like, you can like grind this and that." And I was just like, I mean, yeah, but it doesn't seem like it's better. It just seems like it's just like a slightly improved and like I don't know, yeah. Eric says, Amara, the character that Amara, sorry. I was really in autopilot mode. Amara, yeah, Amara, yeah. That's the character you played, Eric? Is that what you were saying? Oh, okay, Amara, but they changed it not. Okay, so it wasn't exactly my fault, although it still probably was my fault. I probably could have picked up on that if I just clicked, if things clicked. What's good, Jamal? Jamal says JoJo is born more and more OP. All right. Oh, is the new season out? You guys enjoying that? Okay. Fluff says Wonderland, Saints Row, and Fable, all games I hope to enjoy next year or two. Yeah, man. Also, Dying Light's coming out this year. That's what I'm hopeful for too. But again, man, I'm worried, man, because like there's so many games that have such cool gameplay concepts, and then they're like, you know what we need? Story. You know what? The one thing that we don't need to improve upon is it is not the gameplay that was almost perfect, but instead we're gonna leverage the other thing that we didn't really do well, which is weird to me. But also, I do like the idea of Dying Light, of like saying like, here's a world that constantly changes based on your choices. That sounds sick. But I don't know, man. To me, when I think about like Dying Light, to me was always such a game that if you put like a Sunset Overdrive goofy fun filter on it, like a super stylized filter, and added like mutants and added like super saturated colors, and then had like the survival loop, and then like you go back to your base and you level that shit up, kind of like State of Decay, and you like can run around on rooftops collecting like resources and then bring them back to your base, unload your backpack and do it again. And maybe you could have like 2-3 friends jump into your world and you can just grind on the side, or maybe even do these expedition like content that kind of already existed in Dying Light. That would be where it is. But instead they're like, what if there's like again, it's like the State of Decay thing where they had such cool gameplay ideas, but then they're like, what if when you like, you would have to choose who lived and who died? And I'm like, what? I just like getting like loot and bringing it back to my safe house. And they're like, yeah, but a baby or the love of your life, who do you choose? You have to shoot one of them. And I'm like, Jesus, how is this allowed? This is a teen for teen. What is this? But yeah. Anyways, nonsense aside, yeah, I just, at least we got to stay, well, yeah, I'm very excited for Dying Light 2. I'm just, again, I always wonder if, I mean, I get it that they're like, hey, this was the weakest part of our game, maybe we should invest in that weakness, making it a little stronger. But to me, I'm always just like, well, why not just hedge your bets on what you're killing? You know, you're doing really well on the gameplay side of things. Why not just make that happen? But, I don't know. Because to me, I think Dying Light's story, like looking back on it, I think it's one of the worst stories ever, like that I've experienced. I don't care at all. Like, and it sucks because it's like the character models look good. It's just, it's tough. It's a tough story where I'm like, what is happening? And nothing makes sense, and it all seems like madness. But like the parkour dude was amazing. I love like when you like jump into a parkour building and then you go into like some sort of weird like rooftop, a warehouse or something, and then you just see like Crane's hands, I think that was the main character's name, just grab a bunch of supplies like cloth, fiber, and all these things, and like cans of soda, and it makes you feel like you're like a little pack rat, like you're like and then you bring it back to your safe house and it means nothing. but it was still cool. But yeah. Lone Secret says, never liked the phrase, don't bring a knife to a gunfight when it comes to games like just let me play the game how I want to play. If I want to run an enemy with a fork and stab him. What about a spoon? You scoop his eyes out. That is a Borderlands 2 reference, boy. Anyway, yeah, no, I agree. But also, I do think, like, to me, it's I hate when games like introduce a way of play, but it's like the most underdeveloped, underthought thing ever. It's just like, don't put it in the game then, man. Like to me, that was one of the things that annoyed me about some aspects of Skyrim and in some aspects of just about everything, honestly. Like, if you're gonna add melee combat and like everything else in the game scales, why not have melee combat scale? This is a great example of this. In Outriders, there's no melee build that exists at all. Well, there's not. That's not true. It scales off anomaly power, which kind of works, but you're more just spinning around like a blade, like a Beyblade, if you're playing Trickster. But it's not like a there's not like a specific trait that like just buffs up your anomaly, or not your anomaly, your melee damage, etc. And there's not really a good reason why you want to get point blank, because you'll just kill yourself, you know. So yeah. Red says same, but not telling me how to play. Fluff says be sure, but should you bring a gun knife to a gun? What? Should you bring a knife gun to a gun knife fight? Shit. I feel like I was fucking gonna seize in a couple seconds, but I kept jittering around. Lone Singing says yes, Fluff, I would. Okay. Red says, most excited for Saints Row personally, especially if it's more like Saints Row 1 and 2 as far as gang RPGs, but still have Saints crazy. Yeah, man, hopefully it's good. I gotta make a video about that, but I am kind of like just crushed that it's now delayed, you know? As much as I know a delayed game is, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, I was really looking forward to that. We don't like, because 2021 is looking kind of just okay to me in terms of like everything, where I'm like, oh, okay. It just seems like there's not a lot coming. And again, I feel like we're gonna get bull rushed by like so many games this E3. We're gonna see so many trailers. Like, you guys remember the Harry Potter RPG game that's coming out? You guys even fucking remember that? That sounds so awesome. But at the same time, I feel like it's gonna come out at the same time than when like Obsidian releases their game, maybe. When we finally get Dragon's Dogma 2, which is being confirmed and worked on right now. You know, like, I just feel like we're gonna get hit like 16 different ways, and we're gonna be like, really, motherfuckers, god damn you. And that's how it tends to be, right? There's like some just years where like drought is what it is. You're just stuck in this hellscape of nothing happening. And then there's other years where it's just like, man, why is every game coming out at the same time? Like, shit, find another place to release it, because Christ, I want to actually play and enjoy these games, and it's impossible to. What the fuck am I shooting in? Am I in a body? That's one of the things that sucks about this game, is like like bodies are bulletproof essentially, so they just eat bullets. If you've killed a giant like enemy like that thing, your bullets just get sucked in. Fluff says good answer, because a knife gun still has projectiles. That reminds me of the new Borderlands gun that they just introduced in Borderlands 3. It's a literal gun that fires. It is a gun. It fires knives with 2 bullets on the side of each knife. Why am I about to die? What's killing me? What's hitting me? Am I poisoned? What the hell? But yes, it shoots blades, but on each side of the blade is a bullet. So it scales off both gun damage and melee damage. So Amara is just even more OP now, and she was arguably the strongest character in the game since launch. So, yeah. Although again, a lot of the characters like are still like, it's the difference between melting something in 10 seconds when it comes to the endgame builds, you know, which is cool. So again, I think that's pretty balanced across the board. Oh no, not like this. Keep moving. Blinded turret, get in there. Terror rounds. God damn you. If we can just get that crit hit, we're doing pretty okay. Okay. This. Oh no, somebody died. Not like this. Just fucking die already, shit. There we go. That felt good. Just. I need to catch up on chat. It's getting away from me. Shit. Okay, good. I was about to say, is there like, did we not fight the boss yet? Oh shit. Eric says, if it's a bad spinoff to the Borderlands 2 DLC, then they should then they add more stuff. It recently they cannot make another Borderlands game at all. Honestly, I mean, hopefully, man, that's the thing, because like I feel like, again, man, if there is a silver lining in this, I do think Borderlands 3 is like reason for. Oh, finally got a legendary. The reason why Borderlands 3 shit the bed so much, I think, is because they prioritize the story. And maybe Randy may have prioritized the story development over. Oh, what's this? Ultimate Storm Whip? Weird. Apparently I never got that mod. Anyways. But yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I think they prioritized the storytelling and they limited gameplay based on that. Because, like, again, the story is, like, completely detached to your... Like, your Vault Hunter's not even in this fucking scene as your person, which is the most jarring thing ever. But anyways, yeah. So I think that the Wonderland is going to be more based on the gameplay, which I'm hopeful for. But we'll see. I finally got Legend, yeah. Red says, knife gun, like Blade Sworn? Okay, maybe. Jamal says, alright, the Jojo thing, Fluff says, the biggest issue with Destiny 2 is that they keep removing content for the sake of storage space, removing what players paid for. Warframe did a similar compression without removing the... comparison without removing content. Also, they're like, hey, it's gonna come back and we're gonna vault it. Also, to me, man, that's gotta be an easier system. I feel like Ubisoft could come out with some bullshit and be like, hey, our Uplay literally allows you to download certain chunks of this thing. That's what do you call it, Bethesda does. You can install, I think, a DLC, or you can just choose to not install the DLC, you know? Also, what did I get in terms of legendary? Was it the helmet? I didn't really look. Which is unfortunate, cause yeah, I didn't get pants. I didn't get a thing. Oh, it was a weapon. What the heck? Was it a pistol? Oh, was it? I don't think so. What did I get? Was it a legendary mod? It wasn't. What did I get? Did anyone see what it was? Shit. Oh, no, that's maybe what happened. My inventory might have been stacked full, so it might be in my thing. My stash. Oh. My stash was full. So I think it's gone forever. Oh, it's so sad. Okay, well, okay, hopefully it wasn't good. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, all this bullshit. It could be in my helmet section, right? Right? Okay. Maybe it's a sidearm? Maybe it's a helmet? Maybe it's a body piece? No. Pants? Maybe a thing? No. It must have been a weapon. Okay. Well, feels bad. It's definitely feels bad. Well, so Legendary just got devoured and I'll never see it again? I guess. Okay, well, kinda just want to destroy all my blues just so this doesn't happen again, but you know. Yeah. Okay. I don't care about all this. I just need you to don't look at me. I don't care about all this either. I'm not even looking. I probably should look. Oh, we can finally do the thing. So this could be a silver lining. Well, no, we'll still be out of the... We still will have not gained anything. So that's sad. But anyways, let me catch up with chat. That's far more interesting right now, especially when I'm in pain. Fluff says, yep, or it says Dying Light 2 is giving me more memories of the development hell of Dead Island 2. Hey, that was supposed to come out next year, but now it's got delayed again. Funny when it's the same studio responsible for both. Really? Oh, I did not know that, Fluff. Jeez. Dying Light has a story. Yeah. I mean, I know the DLC does, but the core game, TES game had a Daedric. What? A Daedric fork? Awesome. What do you call it? The Elder Scrolls had a Daedric fork game, or a Daedric fork. Once again says, Dying Light story sucked. I didn't care. All I enjoyed was finding cool stuff, finding cool ways to kill zombies. Yeah, man. Also, just, I don't know, to me, I like the scavenging feel. It felt really good to, like, grab shit in that game and, like, run away, like a little pack rat. Also, when you started like flowing through movement was really fun too. Fluff says, I definitely anticipate this year wouldn't give us all that much overall. Yeah, I think I remember you saying that around E3. But he says, oh shit, I completely forgot about Harry Potter. I know, right? Man, that'd be, if they do that game right, that would be so fucking sick. Also, if you just took the Harry Potter like formula and like plugged it into like a sci-fi school of like cool powers and shit, like any of the crazy worlds Carthage's books talk about, etc., that'd be sick. You know, like where you develop skill and then you go into the real world and then you come back to the school to hone your ability, like an academy or something. Eric says, finally got it nice. Fluff says, prioritize the story whilst also butchering it. Classic Randy. Yeah. They wouldn't have cut Ava's redemption at the funeral if they cared about a good story. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. I think like they super undermined how much people cared about the original cast, which is crazy because like when people play Borderlands for like hours and hours. So it's like even if your character literally says 3 things and that's it doesn't matter. It's the fact that that's your character. You know, you like that's you to some extent. That was your guy, your dude, your bro, your friend. So the fact that when they like treat them shittily or only use them as like a shitty stepping stone to get to the next step, it feels like a disservice almost to a comrade, to a friend that held your hand through a hard encounter. Eric says, I want to see my legendary hold. Okay. Red says, Blade Sworn is a class elite spec in Guild Wars 2. Gotcha. That's wilds and explosive projectiles. Slinging katanas? That's insane. Guild Wars 2 popped off in a whole other way. So many rares, goddamn rip. I know. This feels so bad. But anyways, I think I have enough to actually do the thing, and if not, I can get it. So I'm looking for to complete my set bonus for the critical damage type mods. So there's like a special effect here, but I can re-roll this, which we are going to do. Oh, I overestimated how much it costs. Well, shit. Let's see. We re-roll. Let's see. That is what we're looking for, baby. Bang, bang, bang. Yes. So now we just need to grind 9,000, and we can get it. Boom. Also, that looks super cool. Critical shots increase your anomaly damage. No. Oh, we also get the pants. Okay, so we can choose which one we want to get. Also, we got the feet as well. God damn, this is a whole set in this one thing. Also, critical damage, close range damage. This is a sniper, dude. This is a effing sniper. Why do you have close range damage? Also, apparently this is an automatic gun. Automatic sniper, maybe. It's a rifle. Maybe get. I don't know. But yes, no, that works out. Now we basically can choose between, so we can definitely make that build happen. Good. Oh, I didn't see the mods though on them. Are there any of them that has like firepower, cooldown, skill status damage? Max health. Yeah, yikes. Firepower status bonus, long range damage. That one's probably the best for me at least. Bonus firepower status power. Ooh, no, this one's also really good. In fact, I think I want this one. What are their intrinsic perks? Cold snap kill. Killing frozen enemy by causing them to explode in a huge radius. That might be huge. Decreases their skill cooldown. Not sure about that one. Killing enemies while aiming down sights grants you that much damage. Or firepower. Ooh, but it stacks. That's a fucking lot. It's a lot of firepower, actually. Holy shit. Okay. I think I might go with the chest piece, just because it probably looks sick too. You know. Anyways. Let's start grinding. We still got a little bit of time before we gotta wind down. What do we want to do? Battlefront maybe? I haven't done this one in forever. Sure, but also it's also because it doesn't give you a lot. Like, what is this? Does this one give you the same amount? Come on, click. A little bit less, but it's faster. I think this one's fast to do. Lozig says the problem I'll try to work on when it comes to drawing is making things scale 1-to-1, because the problem I have with drawing is I draw things a bit big or a bit small, so things seem off at times. Yeah, man. What do you call it? I haven't really noticed it too much on your art when you've uploaded, but that's one of those things that when I was watching Angel Ganef, that person, he talked about like how much symmetry and all these things, and how like you can break down the face into structures, and based on those structures you can kind of see when things start to become like too big, you know, because they're supposed to be kind of like squares and grids that make up this kind of like 3D model of a face almost. But it was interesting hearing him describe how like that can, like if you truly understand that, if you can break things down into like grids, or like shapes, like where there's like a triangle in the crease of your eye right here, and then above it is another tiny triangle. And if you can remember that there's the reason why there's two triangles and not just one thing is because it's supposed to show you that there's a shadow here, and that there's sun interacts with this, and etc. And also that you can, it's just the same thing on both sides, which can help scale things so that you can remain on track, you know. Cool stuff like that I thought was always really interesting. But yeah, you want to work on something now, you just gotta find out how to best work on it. Fluff says Techland was the original Dead Island dev. They're not working on Dead Island 2 as they're since moved on to Dying Light 2. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so they made the first Dying Light, kind of honed it, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna make our own property. Honestly, I kind of get it. Dying Light or Dead Island 2 was like a loved game, but also it had like kind of a hefty amount of clunk, and I don't know if they want that for their game, you know. I feel like they want a fresh start of like Dying Light 2 kind of was, where it was just like, here's this parkour game, we got PewDiePie to play. I remember that. PewDiePie played and I was like, that's pretty cool looking. And yeah. Stop it. We're in a dicey place. God damn you. Oh shit. I just need to keep shooting or else it's gonna get real grim real fast. And this thing, you can just melt through most enemies. Like everything else we were fighting was insane. Fluff says, but still, it's funny how they can't escape development hell for the sequel. Yeah, it reminds me of like, what is it, EA Magic or something like that, or BioWare Magic, you know, where you're like, maybe it's a you thing. Maybe you're broken instead of the a luck or something, you know. Guys, this has been a great time. We were super efficient. We just kept on trucking on through. We made hella good ground. Thank you so much to Lone Syndicate, as well as Eternal, aka Eric, helping me a goddamn out. Again, I would not have been able to clear out this fast with this level of consistency, and also put up with the kind of monotony of just shooting things for such a long time without you. So appreciate y'all. Again, I can make some videos for you guys because of your greatness. Thank you. Also, I get the benefit of having a cooler way of playing as well. So it's not just like a yeah. I benefit way more. Just to let you know, this is a really one-sided relationship, even still. Oh, there's fly things. Oh, I thought I instantly died. This one gets a little antsy. Everything just kind of comes out of nowhere right here. Nice. Oh, there's more. God damn. That shotgun's mean. Lone Thing, it says, that was a shotgun. I bought a random legendary and I got a revolver. Ooh, nice. Lone Syndicate, I watched a video of a person breaking down the math of that. That is not worth it. Apparently the random legendary is not it. It's very rough. You're far better off re-rolling and then being able to choose the best stat weapon on there, you know? At least, well, that's the argument that I heard, which I thought was pretty sound, for me at least. Lone It says, so much has got delayed this year in terms of both games and anime. I'm gonna get hit with every once. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, is it all COVID things? Okay, that's what people keep saying. Like, wasn't Shield Hero supposed to come out today? Or not today, but this year? Do you know when it will like happen? If it will ever come out? Come on, die before I have to reload. Thank you. Ugh. A little better shooting. Fluff says, I still want a game that lets me be a druid, but the nature, magic, and wild shapes are like Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Again, man. To me, that was one of the things where I was just like, this totally makes sense, right? Like Horizon Zero Dawn has to, like, you know, give you the ability to like summon because that was the premise of like the one DLC. And what's his name? Like Osiris or some sort of weird dude who has like a chip on his forehead or something. That was the whole premise of the previous game, was like, hey, you found out like these bad guys were controlling the monsters. Holy shit. But then they're like, you know what? Instead, what we're going to do, we're going to add this super intuitive gameplay design thing where you can now throw a spear into an enemy and it goes boom. And I'm like, the lore of this game is that Aloy is birthed from this crazy ass world, and she can somehow hack them, but she never thinks, yeah, let's try to like basically tame these wild beasts to work with me. No, what? And it's just baffling to me. I was so hopeful, man, and maybe still Horizon Zero Dawn got delayed. Maybe they're planning on adding some shit. I doubt it, but maybe. But I don't know, man. To me, I'm like, but maybe it still has time, because that to me would be such a fun idea of like, you know, like you pointing or like Aloy, because again, people are weird. Like games might be like, but that's not like realistic or that's lore breaking or something. Oh, we got another legendary. Can we finally see it? It's the one I already got like 6 of. My God, this is sad. I got like 16 of them. Oh, I think I've got like 3 of them actually. It's just a lot, especially with how like again, this is real rare. Like, you know, I don't get legendaries that often at all. I suppose that's not true. Sorry. Back when before this update happened, I barely got anything. That's why I meant. Now I'm starting to get stuff just because I keep grinding like a little bit every night. Fluff says, I still want a game. Alright, like game lets me be kind of a druid, nature type. BC says, Carthage has corrupted me. I've been non-stop reading since he gave me the name of that website. Dude, it's a trap. Also, Carthage says, you're welcome, Beastie. I didn't even know Carthage was still here. He fucking creeps out of the shadows. Like, enjoy, and then goes back. Or you just hear from the shadows. Yes, Beast. And she's like, what the fuck is that? Where's that coming from? Taiwan. Fluff says, speaking of, there's an artist that has been turning Monster Hunter wyverns into HZD, Horizon Zero Dawn style machines. It's really neat. Awesome. Yeah, man, it's crazy the way people's brains work. Absolute brilliant. Also, I think we'll do one more. Lone Sika says, don't feel too bad, Grin. I got dumb of what? I got a dupe of a helmet I legit have on right now. Yeah, that's a little rough. That ain't good either. We're both suffering out here. Which one? What is this one that I like? Yeah, this is the one I like the most, I think, or better, I think. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. Quickly, this. Just want to make sure we don't have a maxed out inventory. I wish I could look at these, but time is of the essence. Nope, we're good. Okay, as long as there's still this tiny bit of stuff. Oh, also I'll put this one here because it's better level. Yeah. I can apply toxin every 1 second. Oh my god. Actually, the roll on this isn't that bad. Skill life leech, critical damage, get me healed up. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, also, I guess because I opened my inventory, it was like, no. Lone Sing, it says, shield hero. Why are you shooting me, Eternal? What's your fucking problem? God damn you. And you're like, I want that weapon or something. Do you also have that one weapon? You do not. You don't have this one. Well, we gave it a different skin. Why are y'all? Oh, y'all fuckers are in your inventory right now. Lone Skin says Shield Hero Season 2 was supposed to come out October and been pushed back to spring. What? Spring? Oh shit. That's a long delay. It's a huge delay. What happened? It must look immaculate. Like, hopefully, shit. It's funny because Slime like came out way before, or sorry, way after, and still has a season 2, and they have like the same amount of episodes, right? Yeah, I don't know. Do you think Slime is gonna be coming out sooner now that they're kind of like really kicking through the industrial, like sorry, not industrial, but like making a shit ton of it now? Hopefully. Fluff says Horizon Zero Dawn has a cool armor set. Fucking Fluff. Yep, exactly. I remember this. This is back in the day. I put myself in. You just ignited the rage in me. Horizon Zero has a cool armor set locked away, and was looking forward to wearing it in full. Aloy decides to take apart a fucking badass SWAT ass looking like armor set where she's decked out in fucking black and etc. Takes it out piece by piece, and yeah, and adds just the shield. It's just so sad because you think you're gonna look like this fucking badass, like military SWAT kind of like futuristic person in this world, and instead you're like, no. And it's funny, the best armor was the villain's armor, like the evil people's armor for Aloy, the one that had like the badass metal plate mask, had like pretty nice looking outfit, etc. Oh no, that one was relegated to our enemy's armor, so it all just felt a little like, what the fuck are we doing? what has happened? All right, bullshit. Okay. Also, I should have put Kill Spree on my other legendary weapon. It might have been actually able to do some damage, maybe a little bit. Lutzigan says, don't feel bad, Grin. Oh god, duplicate helmet, right? Thank you for taking the pain away. Bio your own pain, a little rough. Red says, and put those pieces on the ugliest armor in the game. The default armor, bleh, mods made it better though. Yeah. Eesh. What the fuck am I getting wrecked? I feel like is that a bleed effect on me? That might be what's happening. I might be getting bleeded. What is going on, Sparks? Sparks, how are you? Good. Thank you so much for stopping by, Sparks. Sorry I had little trail mumbles there. Jesus. Sparks says, how goes? It's going good. Sparks, better now that you're here, my friend. How are you? What do you call it? Yeah, we've just been grinding this. It's actually we made pretty good time, honestly. Yeah, like we're grinding through this. We just got a bunch of shit. I might be able to, well, definitely if I just keep grinding the lower things, I'm gonna be able to get, finally be able to get like the armor set that everyone's just like, get the armor set and then just shut up. You'll be okay. If you just get this armor set, everything will be frozen forever and you'll be fine. Calm down. I'm like, okay, I'll try. But Sparks, what are you most excited for? We got the Harry Potter game that might be coming up. We got Dying Light 2 that most likely will maybe possibly get delayed again. I don't know. All that stuff. We got, what is it else? We got that weird Honkai game coming out. Maybe, I don't know if that's coming out this year. Regardless, we got Fable hopefully getting announced. I don't know. We got also that what is it? Fucking, what is it called? the one game that's like Arkham City people, Arkham Knight people, whatever it's called, are making. I don't fucking know what it's called. Damn it. It's like a Danger Squad or Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad game made by people who made Arkham Knight or Arkham City, I think. Not the game mods, I mean PC mod. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Fluff says, if there's a mod that turns it into a fully ultra weave armor, I'm definitely need to get it on my PC playthrough. Yeah, man, that'd be sick. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, do you think the PlayStation people are gonna mod that game? I feel like they're just gonna add some sus stuff, you know, like a weird rope armor set, you know what I mean? Anyway, Red says, no, not that I'm aware of. The one I know is more. I don't know why. Aloy doesn't really give me the lutified vibe desired thing, you know? So he's more of like a wholesome bro than a stimulating yeah. Yeah, is that just me? Could just be me. I even like the powerful Valkyrie situation, you know? It's just Aloy doesn't really fit that. Maybe it's because we see her as a kid and that kind of just kills it for me. I don't know, maybe. You have a girlfriend, you see her as her like childhood photos, and you're like, this is it. I'm done. Weird. Fluff says, yeah, that's the modding community. I can't stave off their thirst long enough to make an ultra weave, which is a feasible thing. Yeah, I mean, honestly, isn't that the thing with the armor set? Oh God, the armor set that you like took so long to actually make is that it's actually like a shield. Like the whole premise is that it's like Aloy basically stripped everything out of it and kept like the force field shield. Well, just imagine how powerful that armor would have been if you just kept it all. Instead, she's like, fuck it, let me just rip out the circuits and like keep whatever lasts. You're like, what? Are you psychotic? This is like pre-world technology. People can shape like beasts. Anyways, crazy. Oh. BC says, we need more under the armor. Do we? You need to go play Skyrim. You be set for life. Do you think there'll ever be a game that has the same modding community as a Skyrim? Because I know like Fallout also has a really good modding community. I don't know if anything comes near Skyrim, you know? Or I think Oblivion was really good too. Because I don't know, have any other like developers made like a modding kit where like it literally just gives you the keys to the castle essentially, or at least a good idea of where to find things within the castle? I guess that's a better way of putting it. Because yeah, I don't know, I think I've heard about people like, I honestly don't know if I've heard that many actually, but like people like developers giving them like a mod kit to where like you can basically change a lot of things in the game. I don't know. Because to me, like, man, that's something that Bethesda I never really thought made use of. We talked about it a little bit about the like idea of like maybe there's be a better way to do the whole paid mods thing, instead of it being all super one-sided and really not worth it essentially. Also, Spark says, just been binge watching Weed on Hulu. What's Weed? Is that weird? I think I've seen that show in like passing. Is there a woman as the main protagonist?
I need to hurry.
Or is it about drugs? Because I've seen this weird I don't know, looks like a woman on a farm with men or something. And I was like, okay, but yeah. Also, Spark says, I know you're not a huge fan of FPS games. What are you talking about, Spark? I'm massively a fan. My favorite type of game is an FPS. What are you talking about? I know you're not a huge fan of FPS games, but I'm pumped for Warzone map that comes out. Yes, I like FPSs, and I even would like to give Call of Duty a try, man. It's just I gotta look at my I gotta try to produce content that I think people would enjoy or find value in. So I think a lot of people play Call of Duty. So to me, I'm like, can I make a splash in that community? Maybe. I don't know if I can. So I gotta be careful with what I pick, essentially. But no, I love FPSs. I'm so sad, dude, that Shadow Warrior got delayed. I was so excited for that game. That game is also one of those games I think is just super under appreciated. It's so good. If you guys have never played Shadow Warrior, it is like, it's such a good experience. It's so fun. It's a little bit odd because they do something that's actually pretty challenging in that game, where they try to make melee combat actually viable and interesting and like layered. But it feels a little weird when you're first using it, but eventually you get to a point where like you're halfway through the game and you're like, this is the best way to play melee ever. It's fun, it's quick, it's responsive, it makes you have like a cool like execution ability and like paces things out really well. Again, Shadow Warriors was such an underappreciated game, man. Also, Wild Hogs is like a wonderful developer too, I think. But I could just be looking at their like the 2 games that I love to bits about them, which is both games of the one thing. What's good, Lawrence? Lawrence says, "How's the game since the update?" It's pretty good, Lawrence. It's what do you call it? I'm just barely getting by with like just slowly but surely starting to pace out. Like, okay, this can give me a little bit of life steal, but it's funny because like the end tier builds work because they basically find weird ways to solve the problem. So at endgame, you need a stupid high amount of damage, but if, say, there's something in the game that, oh, I don't know, locks someone in place forever, aka freeze, then you just need to build for, like, that if an enemy's locked and frozen forever, then they won't be attacking you, so then you don't need to build defense or, like, a health regen or anything like that. So, that's kind of the weird endgame build, is just freeze everyone before they can actually get to you and hope for the best, which, honestly, kind of works. So yeah, I'm trying to build those things, even though, I don't know, like a lot of the things people were saying when this game came out was like, or like when the update happened, were like, there's going to be so much build variety, and I'm like, you still need to do a lot of damage to where like everyone's rocking the same over damage like shit, like even without the need to race through the encounter, you still need to do a shit ton of damage in order just to kind of get by, you know? Fluff says, I do find it funny how people were criticizing how Aloy looked in Forbidden West when she doesn't really look any different in Zero Dawn. People were criticizing how she looked? Why do people care? I don't know, man. I'm just like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Dude, she's gonna be covered in armor anyway, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Red says, guys, characters thought though, Nero 2 has plenty of male lewd mod. At least there's the equality in that front. I feel like for every 500 female armor mods, there's one dude mod, and it's like, it's always like ebony armor, which is just like black armor because everyone's an edgelord, which I get, honestly, I get it. But yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start winding down. My fucking back feels like it's gonna be thrown out. My body. I gotta go exercise and do shoulders. Oh, Fluff says, in fact, just like MHW Handler, there's mods and retextures / shapes, reshapes her face. Weird. Okay. Oh, in Monster Hunter World. Okay. Yeah, dude, the Handler looked like odd. They really gave her like an odd face. It's not that she's ugly or anything. It's just that she looks a little off. That's a mean thing to say. I apologize. It's just, yeah. I remember playing that game and I'm like, weird. It's a weird thing. Okay. It's funny because there's other people, like you can make a fucking beautiful character as well in that game. So it's not like they couldn't, like their engine just wasn't like that, you know? Fluff says, I've been around and online long enough to know Harada mods for female characters far outweigh anything for males. True, says Red. Yeah, to Fluff. Eric says, that's an old show like True Blood. I watched that with my mom in elementary school. God damn, that's crazy. What do you call it? The one that I always, what was it called? I don't remember, but it was one of those shows where like it was always on and it was just charming to have in the background. Fluff says, the point was that she looks about the same between both games. I just figured there was less flattering lighting angles during the preview of Forbidden West than emphasizing it. Okay. Okay, so people say that she looked a little bit less flattering in the newer gameplay. Weird. Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, Aloy to me looks like awesome. Like I feel like her design is meant to make someone look like a badass and not meant to be attractive. You know, like super sexy, etc. You know, I think she's meant to be like, no, I'm gonna pull you out of the fire, and that's what I need to do. So that's why I look the way I do. You know. She doesn't look like she's like, I gotta do this skincare routine. You know, she's like, I gotta save people. All right. It's always the thing that made me laugh about God of War. But it also kind of makes sense because they're gods, but like a lot of them look great. And you're like, Jesus Christ, she might be killing it. Red says, actually, looking back at Noah too, yeah, still mostly, female. Although that makes sense because the main character is a dude, you know, right? Unless they could do both. I remember that if they could. Fire is still is it, Lauren? Yeah, man. I see a lone syndicate out here just chewing through some things. Although I will say Trickster, the Trickster support build does seem awesome too, because if you just had enough cooldown, I feel like you just spam shields forever, and you'd just be like, I'm good. Eat me. No one can attack me. Fluff says, I don't care because her face is going to be what you'll see majority of the time, and people want her looking more conventionally attractive. I was about to say, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it does throw me off a tiny bit. Like I remember back in the day. What's good, Christopher? Christopher says, hi, what's good, Christopher? Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you have a lovely day. But I remember in Horizon Zero Dawn, Tomb Raider, where like there's like a barrier of entry, which is to me is like interesting, but then other times I feel like it's overwhelmed by like it's just crazy. Like Tomb Raider's getting like blitzkrieged, and she's covered in dirt, but her fucking bone structure is like over 9,000, so she still looks great. And she's just beaten to hell, but yet she still looks like it's like one of those things where it's like it kind of gets in the way of like if the goal is to make a character look badass and interesting and amazing and like a fucking hero, then yeah, I feel like that's almost the goal should be that. And I feel like Aloy kind of does do that, because I feel like if she looked really like again like what's it called, the Tomb Raider, where her just bone structure, fucking everything is looking great all the time. Even when she's scratched up, she still looks great. And then it would kind of be like, I don't know. It gets in the way of like the essence of a character. Same way as like, again, most dudes don't look like K-pop boys who have like the most perfect bone structure shit ever, you know, and like the most immaculate skin you've ever seen in your life, you know. Maybe it's because it's not relatable. Maybe that's also a part of it for like young women. It's like, well, fuck, what is this? You know, I don't know. But yeah. Red says, aesthetically, in games are of high importance to me, which is why I mod nearly every game if there are mods. Oh, aesthetics. Yeah, I can see that. Having your way, you're like also, it's just fun to kind of like cater your experience to be a little more unique than others, to kind of patch problems after the fact. The question is though, Red, do you finish the games you mod? Because I've sometimes, man, it's just such a condition. It's a weakness of like people, not a weakness, it's like a condition where people mod the shit out of the game and they're like, yeah, awesome, I played it for 10 minutes. You know, and you're like, I get it, but I don't know. BC says, so I'm sorry, but looking at the Nexus and such, I see that she always has looked that way. Okay. Fluff says both Aloy and the handler from Monster Hunter World were unconventional, probably intentional too. Yeah, I could see that. Like the handler being like, well, we want you to kind of, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm definitely using mods for that. Fluff says, I think it's less about her complexion and more about her. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's less about that. It's more of her goofy face shape. Yeah, or a goofy like smile and stuff when someone's like, and you're like, okay, okay, Jesus, can we calm down? You know. Red says, I moved the handler and all important NPCs from my living quarters in Monster Hunter for convenience. Oh, okay. Fluff says, but I agree. I don't mind how she looks for the most part, but I don't fault people for wanting her pretty face or prettier face in games with photo modes and make her pose all cute. Like, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. If you have a photo mode, then yeah, you should probably make your person to be photogenic. Red says, specifically the Iceborne living quarters with a spy and a small pond on. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, Monster Hunter World was one of those games that just kept chewing through content, and I was like, damn it. Wish it would have went and stick it through a little bit. I was back when you're in a weird time with content creation, though, where I kind of was just like, I'm trying stuff, but I don't really know what to try. Lone Syndicate says, I'm gonna do some drawing after the stream. Watch some. Have a good night, Lone Syndicate. I can't wait to hear about what you drew yesterday. Or tomorrow, sorry. Fluff says, yeah, how does Laura keep her hair looking so good? Healthy lathering of mud and the blood, apparently. Yeah, blood, all that. Also, she just seems like... the whole time I'm playing Tomb Raider. It's such a long time ago. I was like, give up, stop, just fucking calm down. Jesus Christ, relax. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like one after the other. Like, this is just hard to watch. Just like even anybody else on the planet, it would be like, I'm done. I just don't. This is too much. I'm over it. You know. Lomsika says, I remember Tomb Raider 2013. I was saying as a 12-year-old, never thought a girl could look so good. Covered in blood. Yeah. This game is kind of let down. Yeah, no, I understand, Tristan. To me, I what do you call it? I think it is also just it's a nice game if you temper your expectations of what it is, you know. Although again, like Tristan again, like the idea of the expeditions, etc. Oh, you're saying we're done to the expeditions. But yeah, they did. Tristan, if you missed it, they did release a patch right now that took away the timer on expeditions, so that you can just kind of grind through it. I will say though, it still requires a lot of investment or understanding of what to aim for in order to get into endgame, because you just do need you still need a shit ton of damage and all those kinds of things. I just killed the last boss, then decided to drop it. That's fair, honestly. If that's all you got from it, then sure. But yeah, to me, like the legendaries are actually pretty unique in this game, and it sucks because like the mod, like the ability to combine legendaries on top of each other is kind of like the best part of the game in my opinion, but it's sometimes hard to get that end, you know. If everyone's removed the timer on expeditions, it helps a lot. I still much prefer a classic Laura over a Crystal Dynamics. Oh, I don't mind Crystal Dynamics Laura. You prefer Angelina Jolie. Mostly because of personality and stuff. Classic Lara and Angelina Jolie Lara is just more fun. Yeah, I guess that's true. She's quite she's like a weird charismatic person. She's like a quiet charismatic character. Also, she's like absurdly pretty, so there's that too. Probably, maybe that is what it seems like. Fluff says the irony is that it seems like the devs were thrusted for, or sorry, thirstier. Okay, sorry, that's not Fluff. It's just my again. I've never seen the word. I've seen the word thirst, but I've never ever seen the word thirstier. So that's why my brain's like thirstier for a reboot Laura. Then everyone has. Than everyone was for the classic trilogy. But yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, but that being said, I do think they did a good job. Like because again, you don't want to make the same thing over again. Like that's one of the things that I don't know. Like I guess with Saints Row, that's kind of what I'm feeling a little bit when I was playing the game, where I was kind of like, it just seems like a weird. Like I don't know. I wouldn't have done it that way, and I wouldn't have restarted the whole thing. You know, although I do think it'd be cool if you did like a Saints Row game that had the best of both worlds, where you had like Saints Row 1 and 2. For like the first half of the game, and then maybe like the second half is when you start getting like really fucking overpowered and strong and silly, you know, where you go from being like a gangster to a fucking, you know, the kingpin, the boss, you know. The iron is seen. Red says, Oh, right, no, Tristan says, I was mostly there for the story, got it for free on Game Pass. Yeah, yes, yeah, with the story's okay. The story to me, if you play it, you put it down, I get it. Red says, still though, I enjoyed all three Tomb Raider reboots, though the last one was annoying me a bit with the hub for forced outfits. A separate tomb requires a load. Yeah, I could see that being weird. I never played the last two, but they looked like they kept improving, but it never really seemed like they got the effort that they put into the game. Like, it seemed like they kept building those games up, but they never really got, like, a huge player base, it seems. I posted the sketch of Rem and Art tab, and it's not much, just a quick sketch, and I finished it in 20 minutes. Nice! That's awesome, Onsync. I can't wait to check it out. Fluff says, I hate the needless fan service, like reboot lore, holding guns akimbo at the end of one of the games, and yet never allowing players to use it. Yeah, that's a little shitty. And not even as a new game plus sort of thing. That's shitty. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Tristan says, "Grin, personal question. There is there any future game? Oh, is there any future game I'm interested in? I got a few for myself. Ooh, for me, like future game. Dying Light 2 is the only one that's near us that I'm kind of interested in. I feel like there's one that I'm missing that's coming up pretty soon here, but Elden Ring also sounds dope. Can't wait to play that. And yeah, but we're in like a weird place in gaming right now where I feel like it's like the end of the year, guys. Like, you better be ready to pick up Warframe, maybe give Destiny a whirl for like a couple months. Just like, that's where we're in. Like, there's not a lot happening. We have to find water in a desert, my guy, or just not go to the desert. Just say, I'm gonna stay in this like old forest that it's a little basic. I've been here so long, but at least it has the amenities, you know what I mean? But as far as games I'm excited for, man, Fable, we got Saints Row, we got the new Harry Potter game. I think I might like the Suicide Squad game made by Arkham City people. We got everything having to do with Outer Worlds developer Obsidian. I'm excited for, and yeah, we'll see. Also, there was one other people who were working on something that's like coming out in the near future. Also, apparently it's confirmed that we're getting a Dragon's Dogma, and they're still working on Dying Light 2. When the fuck that'll come out, I have no idea. But yeah, so plenty to be excited for. But yeah. Liska says, true Fluff, I hate that they never give you a reboot lore, the iconic dual pistols. Just vibing in the back. I know. It's awesome. Tomb Raider, Red says, Tomb Raider, A Legend of Tomb Raider, Underworld, especially the latter, were my favorite Tomb Raider games before the reboots. I actually never got into the Tomb Raider swing of things. I'm much more of a Ratchet and Clank kid, unfortunately. Linsky says, a Grin is the odd one out, and he's not the one dancing. I'm just judging silently, unfortunately. I don't want to be this way, but it is what it is. Tristan says, Dying Light 2, Horizon Zero Dawn, also, Halo Infinite is also sick. And the new Outer Worlds game, man. To me, I'm also excited for that one too. Yeah, we got the same taste, Tristan. All those games I'm amped for. If this Suicide Squad game is a co-op, that would be great. Can't wait to play Harley. Yeah. The one that I think is gonna be fun is the goofy, like, the guy who seems like he shouldn't be there in the first place. He's like a goofball kind of character. He's the only one that I'm like, this could be fun. I just don't know how they're gonna handle the investment. Like, hopefully there's like a skill tree and like different paths and like cool beat 'em up styles. That was one thing that I always felt like Arkham City or Arkham Knight kind of fell short on, is like the combat. After you did it for such a long time, it felt super satisfying, don't get me wrong, but it just kind of felt like shit. Like, I'm just punching people again, you know? It'd be cool if there was a way to, like, I don't know, do a bunch of side quests that would give you like a special gauntlet that would just fucking break somebody, and like you could do that to 3 or 4 or 5 enemies, you know, rather than just like, here's another room full of bad guys, time to punch, and then you just punch a shit ton, you know? You grab a chair, you throw it at somebody, which is awesome, but it's just like, it's after you've done it for like such a long time, you're like, I get it. And then the stealth was like, I'm gonna be a creep and grab someone like real close to me, you know? Fluff says, it's King Shark part of Suicide Squad roster. That's likely be who. Yeah, I think. Yeah. No, I thought there was one mutant person there because it's Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Goofball, like Homeless Man, and then someone else. I think it is the Shark guy. I think. Or am I missing somebody? No, I think that's right. Lone Singer says, I think it's an open world Suicide Squad game. Yeah. I just wonder, is it like even if you don't play co-op, you can still like hit the D-pad and like Harley Quinn will come out of nowhere and like bash someone's head in and then like go off screen? Or are they all around you? So like they're just AI essentially? Because it sounds like it might be that, or it might be like the what's the Marvel game that just came out? Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe kind of like where people are existing, and it's kind of like the both of those, where like AI is running around fighting shit, but you can control one specific guy, and then you can also throw like abilities. Actually, I don't even know if you can control different people in that game. You only can control Starkiller, I think. But ladies and gentlemen, we're about to end it. Thank you so much, Lone Syndicate, as well as Eternal, aka God damn it, I'm so fucking bad with names. You've been here such a long time. I remember your journey, just not the fucking name. Forgive me. I'm the worst. Eric, it's Eric. I do remember. Just give me time. Eric. It's funny because how I remember Eric's name is by thinking of saying Chris. Like, it's not Chris. It's something. It's Eric. There we go. Forgive me, Eric. I appreciate you helping me so dearly here. And also, get back to grinding, let it die. I'm sure you did enjoy this respite, though. Because God in heaven, your journey is a long one. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. We will be streaming tomorrow as well. We are going to be streaming primarily. We're going to be streaming Genshin. We're going to be trying to do Garu's quest. Specifically, we're going to try to finish it, but we're going to specifically try to do Garu's quest so that I can get the gameplay of Garu and in action, kind of just playing with him and seeing how I feel about him. And so I can make a video about Ito and Garu simultaneously and how they can synergize and work together, even though I think the time is probably a little spent, a little burnt out at that point. People probably want to hear more about Shinhee and whatnot, but I'm more excited for Garu and Ito, so I'll take this as my own self-win at this point. But thank you so much for everyone who's sticking around me, playing with me. Appreciate you immensely. Maybe on Sunday we'll play Warframe, so if you wanted to play that game with me, I would love to have you. But yes, because damn combat in the mods, being a vampire werewolf it sucks and the score too much. Yeah, let me hear about tomorrow. Okay, I gotta go exercise my shoulders and shit. If I keep going, I'm gonna be ending the workout at like 12 p.m. or something a.m. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Hope you guys do enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye, my friends.